good stuff to ELPE, by the way. My God.
Yeah.
Shout outs to UNT, my college.
Beat out TizPie in the 5th place match to get here. These two did meet earlier in bracket though, and I believe it was also on stream. And I want to say, I know Rel won. Yeah, Rel won 2-1.
All right.
But it was still a very close. Like all 3 games were pretty close from what I've heard. So it could definitely go either way here. Rel and I and Disco were all talking about it right when you got there. Actually, is when we were discussing. How very like projectile based this game is, and how it's really hard to deal with even as Yoshi.
But zoners are the current metagame, and you know what? Yoshi can have problems with those projectiles, right? Because a lot of times he relies on that double jump armor to kind of get out of combos and you know, make his disadvantage not as bad as it is for other characters. But if you have those projectiles to kind of knock him out of that armor initially, like Young Link, and then combo off of them, in fact, that can be a really big boon in this matchup. And the fact that Yoshi, you know, does have to approach you, and you have all the projectiles in the world as a Young Link.
Okay. Rello's definitely, he's doing alright right now, but ELPE has a pretty big lead, and it just got bigger as that up there picks up the first kill of the set. ELPE, excuse me, is now at 90%. But that up B is going to be able to combo into a little bit more percent on him as well. Ooh, Rello trying to find this kill, but so far unable to. Wow, that up smash would have been a huge answer on that one, actually. So with that F smash.
Wow. Yeah, Rel thought he had a lot more frames to punish that hero spin on the shield, but on the Young Link, that is a combo starter, and it is not all that punishable. Down air, however, on the shield is.
Yeah, that one on the egg, definitely gonna do it. That one, that up smash definitely gonna come out with the Tims.
Yoshi did not pay for those Tims. That's all I'm gonna say.
He did not. He also evaded his taxes.
Yeah. Bringing back a classic. Oh, yeah, I like that. Dude, ELPE in disadvantage so far has been really, really impressive to me. Like, the fact that he hasn't been getting caught by tons of really long Yoshi strings, that, which is the kind of thing I know Rello for, you know, and not to knock on his advantage state either. He's definitely been finding the kills when they come to him, although that is not frequent when you're playing Young Link.
Okay, Rello is leading up with a lot with these jab 1-2s here. It is horrifying if you're ELPE. He may be up in stock, but that could be gone in an instant. Yoshi is just hovering above you. You are horrified in shield right there, my friend. You gotta let it go.
Yeah. Yoshi can put on a lot of pressure. That's the thing, especially as a zoner on a big stage like Pokemon Stadium 2. You got to give yourself the space to run away from Yoshi. You know, kind of give him exhaust all of that aerial movement, and he has that crazy aerial movement because that's what you get if you let him do that, right? We saw Rel overextend on his movement. ELPE got tons of damage off of it, and even though now Rello's gotten that stock, ELPE's got a really big lead to work with.
Yeah, I mean, Rello was looking to take that stock around 50. Now we're seeing him at a 107. I mean, hey, ELPE did a good job of hanging on to that stock for just long enough to have a pretty big advantage going to stock number 3.
See him roll into that corner though. Rel was going to apply some pressure, but we see him retreat to that platform, which we saw him do many times in that match, and ELPE was able to just close it out with that downer.
Also to note, this is the last best of 3 of the night, so that's something to keep in mind as ELPE takes control of stage picks for us this set, basically.
Rel's obviously going to get this one, but even if he wins, you're going to have to fight on Young Link territory for Game 3, if you make it there.
Yeah, and it's already hard to get there, because Young Link is just... I mean, as we saw, Young Link won Game 1 for a reason. I mean, Young Link definitely good. ELPE definitely a good player as well. These two went back and forth in the last set as well, though, so... The Rel come out big here on Battlefield.
Endless possibility, man. I mean, kind of like what we were talking about with Lilat and Adult Link when we saw Gemma and Kosoku playing earlier, is that you get kind of the illusion of movement on this stage, and you get to think like, okay, I can maneuver around these projectiles, but they cover a lot. And not to mention that even though Yoshi gets a ton of combo game, you're going to see ELPE do a lot of that we saw, like a lot of combo game on here as well.
Rello went for the biggest brain for there.
Dude, I mean, it's the big snout. Everything about that head be big except for the actual head.
Yep, that's facts. That's facts. For that nose, though. Ooh. Okay, the up air going to answer on that top platform, but not going to quite find the kill off in the nair. Definitely a little bit of a DI mix-up, because on a 150 from middle of the stage on Battlefield.
Yeah.
Rello going to find a down tilt for his troubles.
It just seems like Rel's having a really hard time, kind of like what we saw with Gemma earlier, he's having a really hard time connecting any of his combo starters. Partially that's due to ELPE playing defensively really well, but also partially just it kind of seems like he's not playing in the right threat zone, it seems. And it's kind of tough to do that in this matchup for sure, but ELPE's taking really big advantage of that, and even as the character that people consider to have less raw kill power in Young Link, he's been having an easier time of it. But right there, at 126 post hit, the back air is able to do it. Yeah. That move does everything. That
was from stage. That wasn't even from a platform, by the way.
That was just
from the stage. I feel like that may have been some weird DI mix-up, some questionable DI perhaps, but if not, I mean, Yoshi's built like a brick house, honestly, so I'm not super surprised. That down air is just one of the most scary moves in this game. It may not be the greatest move, but good lord, getting kicked on the shield 36 times, that's not fun.
No.
You gotta sit there and hold shield, you're just watching it whittle.
And you're like, I'd like to have my shield right now. However, ELPE, when he's in advantage, he doesn't need to be using that shield. We've seen him plenty of times just get crazy conversions, right? That you think, oh, Young Link can actually kill people. This is crazy.
ELPE's playing pretty nuts right here. ELPE's going in hard. Go to the up B coming out.
I like that by Rel too, that he uses one of his longest range moves, his grab, weirdly enough, to make sure that he actually gets a punish right there. He's got to be careful chasing the Young Link up top that much because he's been hurt for it before.
I mean, that hero spin at 30 will still kill even if you're on the platform, so you got to be careful, but that's going to kill too. That's going to super kill you.
There's the super dunk, man.
No bomb's going to save you on that one, my friend. It's over.
It's good for Rel to bring himself back into this. I think that he just really needs to lean into that aggressive style that I know I've seen him play with the Yoshi. I mean, he's in this game taken to a more defensive, more don't get hit kind of play style. But I mean, man, if you've watched him play in previous games, he is all about holding forward and all about that advantage state. And if he can extend it, it can be crazy. It can be crazy, man. Great recovery by ELPE to use the tether. He did not get the spike of the forwarder, but connected it for the kill nonetheless. A very nice comeback there by Rel.
The best part is if you look in the kill cam, Rel is not surprised. He's not happy. He's just rubbing his eyes because homie's tired. He has a long drive home ahead of him. He's like, dude, I'm at this tournament far away from home. It's 11:24 p.m. I'm playing Yoshi into Young Link. If I win, I play against Mario. If I win that, I play against another Link. Yeah. He's like, how bad do I want this?
It is a grind.
It is a grind, my friend. But
it is a grind, man. And if he's able to continue to grind it out, and keep the pressure on against the Young Link, it's going to take a lot of focus to get up close to this character scot-free. But we saw that that's how he was able to claw it back at the end of that game too. We'll see if he can do it again in game 3 here, although we're on Town and City, and this is, again, like I was saying, this is Young Link's territory. He's going to get all of the chances to move around as he wants to. Here we go. No, Rel, I think he might have wanted an up air and instead got an up tilt. Missed the jump input.
I mean, like I said, it's starting to get a little bit late. You highly doubt that either of these players, especially Rello, would have much stream nerves, so you pretty much just assume it's like, small misinputs like that are pretty much just due to the fact that, hey, homie might be a little bit tired. That's okay.
Fatigue gets to you, man, especially when you play in a weekly that goes this late. Oh my gosh, twice! We've seen that twice now from Rello. He goes, I don't even need the spike. Just give me the forward or give me the snout.
Rello is sick. ELPE is really cool too. Even for a Young Link, which I'm not gonna lie.
I think Young Link is sick.
I'm not the hugest fan of projectile characters because I like to play Bayo and just press forward. But ELPE's going in. Like he's not afraid to hold forward. He's kind of playing like Jamma was, just fading in a little bit. But oh my god!
I mean, honestly, that is what you do with Young Link because those projectiles have such good frame data. You can play up close. You can play Marshall against your opponent, even when it's a Yoshi who likes to be up close. But 188%, this is the struggle of Young Link. It's not necessarily, how do you grind out a matchup or anything like that. Obviously, he's got the frame data. It's how do you find a kill. We saw ELPE in those first 2 games not having tons of problems with that, but now, definitely difficulty. Only just now, 204 post hit. But he's hurting.
Hey, I mean, it's eventually, you're eventually gonna be able to find a hitbox. It's just how much percent can you take before you find that killing hitbox, right? Rello did a really good job of evading the kill for about as long as he possibly could have. These platforms moving away from him, just not when he wanted them to. But that forward air not going to come off the side. Getting close though, because Town once again really close in those side blast zones. Gotta be really careful about it. Oh my, okay, just down me out of nowhere, reacts off the bomb for an up air. Rello is nuts.
He's able to pay attention, man.
Are you kidding me? That was disgusting.
He is an attentive player. And it's that attentiveness that is giving him the edge here in this game 3. It's not just that he's made the playstyle adaptations that he needs to. Now he's picking up on some of the mistakes that ELPE is making that is giving Rello these big conversions.
Dude, I mean, here's the thing. Oh my god! He's not quite dead. Here's what I was going to say.
That was an idea.
So these guys played earlier as well, and we're seeing Rello go for these neutral beats a little bit at these earlier percents. And in the first stock, we saw 2 or 3 come out, and ELPE immediately was just mashing out of them. So in this last stock, when Rello did a neutral beat, he just immediately went for an up air, knowing that ELPE was going to mash out. The forward air not going to quite do it. And we're just going to see the egg, not going to quite kill it, but it will actually, as ELPE goes for
ELPE was out of jumps. ELPE was out of jumps. He thought he would have the jump to make it back, but resources were gone, and after that sick kill and the Yoshi just barely falling out, as he tends to do with many combos, Rello is going to move on after another 2-1 victory over ELPE. But if that winner set earlier was just as close, then I'd like to go back and watch that too, man.
Yeah, I mean, both sets really good, and you could tell that, like, especially in Game 3, like I was saying, we didn't see, I don't think, any neutral beats coming out from Rello until Game 3. Whereas in the first set, he was using a lot more of them. They were getting punished a little bit more, but also in those Game 3, last stock situations, you're gonna see it all come out, and make the adjustments that you need to across both the sets.
A tournament organizer, man, making sure that ELPE gets paid.
Yeah, dude.
Get paid for his performance.
Hey, at the end of the day,